And coming up next, top-ranked singles matchup. It's Manu and Douglas. This is one we've seen over the last couple of seasons. Both Manu and Douglas have been above 500 in almost every single season in Battle Court. So far to begin this year, Manu 1-1, Douglas 0-2. Manu's got the serve. He's ready to go.
Manu serves. We begin. Backhand by Douglas from the 11 line. It passes. Robote, that rebound off the back wall, too high. That hit the overhead screen before the front wall. First point goes to Douglas of the Warriors.
Rare miss there by Manu, just trying to get that, just take a big bounce off the floor and just caught a piece of the rail.
Here's a backhand by Manu. Robote forehand. Manu's there. At the sidewall, that ball will score. We're tied up 1 point apiece. Manu serves for the Cyclones.
And try to drop that backhand into the corner. Get it to ride along the side wall, right where it was as Douglas tried to play that Robote.
Robote forehand by Douglas. Catch. And the return by Manu. Robote left side to the inside. Very much the inside. What a scoop by Douglas. Manu from the 11 line. Robote forehand saved by Douglas. Manu makes the catch, winds up. 2-all to score. 2 points for Manu. He served.
Yeah, not often you see a backcourter throw the costado with the consistency that Manu does, but I mean, he gets a great amount of cut.
He throws it very well.
I mean, his control of the ball in the basket is unlike most anybody else on the roster. Again, opening that one wide to score, 2-1 lead early on.
Here's a backhand by Douglas. Backhand by Manu. Robote forehand by Douglas passes. Robote forehand by Manu. 2-all by Douglas scores. Well thrown. 2-2. Douglas serves for the Warriors.
And why do you see Manu take off to the inside? Well, that close to the side wall, it's a little bit tougher to throw that 2-all. See Douglas here, I mean, right along the numbers. Got it right there. Manu
so well
caught
executed.
guessing.
Yeah, just beautifully executed by Douglas. Very well done. Powerful backhand by Manu. Robote forehand. Inside placement for Douglas scores. 3 points for Douglas. He serves.
Got to keep switching it up when you get that ball on the costado. Outside, inside, keep the defense guessing. After going with the 2-all in the earlier point, it's just one to the inside. You see Manu going the wrong way.
Here's a backhand by Manu. Douglas going for it at the 11 line. That ball's tipped. 3-3. Manu serves for the Cyclones.
Yeah, he committed, and once you do that, start ranging back forward, you got to make that catch.
Once you commit to the backcourt there, you're absolutely right, Andrew. You really have no room. That ball's going to come flying off the back wall. You're not going to have a play on it on the Robote.
Yeah, so may as well go for it with one hand and just couldn't secure it.
Ball over serve. Battle Court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Backhand by Douglas. Caught by Manu. Robote forehand. Ball tipped at the side wall. 4 points for Douglas of the Warriors. He has the serve.
And you're not going to get a miss at this level unless that ball is on the numbers. And again, even off the rebote, Douglas put it right there, forcing that miss, 4-3 lead.
Here's a backhand by Manu. Rebote forehand. Inside placement by Manu scores. 4-4 is the score. Manu has the serve for the Cyclones.
Again, we saw Douglas do it to Manu. Now Manu to Douglas. Costado beat him on the 2-all earlier. This time he keeps it inside. And again, you see how far away the defense is, and you see the frustration as well. I mean, if you don't read it, that's going to get increasingly frustrating as this match goes on.
Here's a backhand by Douglas, powerfully thrown. Rebote's coming to the 7 line. Manu, Filo Rebote. My, oh my, that's beautiful. 5 points for Manu. Possible set point.
Yeah, he turns it quickly. I mean, you see right here, kind of opened up.
Yeah, I mean,
that right foot was planted towards the outside.
It's so close to the front wall. Douglas has no play on that whatsoever. Lower hard serve by Manu, handled by Douglas. Douglas backhand to the corner. Rebote forehand. Douglas makes the catch, winds up. 2-all.
Oh, he's got it.
Manu reads it, stops it on the forehand. Carambola. What a effort by Douglas. That ball is in and out of the cesta. Point and set to Manu. 2 minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. So Douglas at different times during that set showing fight. Other times just not able to come up with a adequate response to Manu's offense.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time one of the two has read their opponent's shot well. I mean, Manu getting there easily on the outside. Take a look at this with Douglas.
Yeah, he just feels that Douglas is committing, which he did. And it doesn't have a lot of cut. Doesn't open up much.
But look at Manu, again, crossing the side wall, got assessed on it. But look at where that ball hits the basket.
Yeah,
a little more deep in the pocket. Yeah, kind of ate him up and a little tougher to control right there, Manu.
There we are in the DraftKings players cage. See the camera on Manu. And speaking of DraftKings, Andrew, if I'm not mistaken, there is game day. Explain it to me, because I don't follow this stuff.
You can wager on the game day. You see, typically have a game day score in the bottom left. You see where that graphic says Manu, Cyclones backcourt. It will have a game day score.
Okay.
These two teams are competing against one another. And very simply, you can choose one of these two teams to win the game day. So whichever team gets more points, they'll win the day. And you can now bet on that through our partner at DraftKings. I believe that wager becomes available a couple hours before the start of the game day. And then once the first match starts, I think that line disappears. So got to get your wagers in before the game day starts. And once the first match begins.
That's before we even walk in the building.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Most days.
That's just true. Well, you do anyway. Yeah, I'm here.
You're here
I'm here much
early.
earlier, of course. You know, the professionalism that the program demands.
Well, you got to iron the pants. You know, it takes about 20 minutes or so.
Actually, I didn't know you were watching. Getting ready to begin the second set here. Douglas will have the serve for the Warriors. He's ready. And yes, to properly iron a pair of pants, I do believe it takes about 15 to 17 minutes.
Right
You're welcome.
In there. Again, both matches last season, these two played in singles, actually went to Manu. A little bit surprising. Manu's had a lot of success against Douglas here the last couple seasons. See if he can make it 3 in a row.
There's a backhand by Manu. Rebote coming out. Big bounce. Oh, in and out of the cesta. Douglas will get the first point of the second set. Douglas has the serve. Douglas also someone who's had some success by history coming from behind.
Yeah, he certainly took those 2 minutes. See him a whole lot in the cage, just trying to refocus himself, doing whatever he can.
Douglas on the rebote, beautifully played. Backhand by Manu. Rebote forehand by Douglas. Here's Manu, winding up. Low, hard backhand. Douglas for the rebote. He makes a save with the bounce. Manu's there. Splitter will score. 1-1. Douglas serves.
Manu's got a very slow windup with that costado, and Douglas just seems a little impatient. I mean, he's committing pretty hard every time he gets it up there, and I don't think he has to do it quite that.
The slow windup, if you can do it without being called for holding, which most of our players are able to do, it gives you an opportunity while you're leaning back, take a picture of where your opponents are on the court, throw it where they're not.
You see, that time maybe Douglas even guessed correctly, but Manu changed it up at the last second, threw more of a splitter, and still able to score on it.
Here's a backhand by Douglas, a powerful backhand caught by Manu. Rotate forehand, fire to the inside. Manu is there. Manu makes the catch. Inside placement, stopped by Douglas. That backhand clears the overhead screen. Robote coming out. Robote outside placement, read by Douglas. Douglas winds up. Powerful coastie inside to score. That was beautifully thrown. 2 points for Douglas. He serves.
And not often you read your opponent correctly at this level. Manu did so there, just couldn't get there on the inside. Close enough to the sidewall for Douglas.
And Douglas threw that beautifully, too.
Yeah, just out of reach there.
Robote forehand by Douglas. Rotate forehand to the outside. Manu reads it, stops it on the right side. Throws a carom. Douglas gets there, stops it with a little bounce. That will pass and score. Well done by Douglas. 3 points for Douglas of the Warriors. He serves.
Maybe just what he needs to get some momentum going on his side. Manu takes his time with it. Look at that time. Douglas waits, sees him open up, just does get there, and then comes back over the top with his forehand again. I mean, just out of reach of Manu. We'll get that late contact with the sidewall to get it by.
Here's a backhand by Manu. Backhand 2-all, lands in and scores. 2 points for Manu. He serves.
You're just kind of waiting for it with Manu. I mean,
well, he's probably thrown more of them today than he has.
Well, it's a good way to stop a run, too. I mean, Douglas is feeling good. He's won a couple points in a row. He's trying to cut off that ball at the 8 or 9 line on the inside. So what do? Keep your opponent outside, and you might get it by him, which he did.
Here's a backhand by Douglas. Robote left side to the inside. Douglas gets in there. Beautiful catch. 2-all. That's going to land wide. 3-3. Manu serves for the Cyclones.
Again, another one where you're so close to the sidewall that you're not expecting the 2-wall. So good effort there by Douglas, but just a little bit wide.
There's a backhand by Douglas. Robote forehand. Here's a catch by Manu. Backhand to the inside. Wall to wall, actually, by Manu. Forehand, carom, Robote, stopped by Manu. Manu scopes it out. Carom will score. 4 points for Manu of the Cyclones. He serves.
Again, that's a good shot because you're not really expecting the opponent to throw it. I mean, Douglas going for the carom off the Robote. But see how he opens up so early? I mean, Manu was taking off before he even threw it. Gets there on the outside and able to kill it that time.
Inside placement scores for Douglas. 4-4 is the score. Douglas serves.
Yeah, Douglas again, lean into the left, forcing Manu that way, and keeps it right to the inside. Don't even have to put it on the wall when you got your opponent moving that towards the opposite direction.
Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between a 4 and 7 line. A 4 and 7 line with this particular. Here's the backhand by Manu. Rebote forehand by Douglas. 2-all. Lands in. Manu makes a stop. High hard placement. Stopped by Douglas. Douglas to the inside. Manu's going to chase it. It scores. 5-4 for Douglas. Possible set point.
Yeah, Manu's gone for the carom both times when he's made the catch on the outside. Douglas was reading it. Going for the high carambola. Front wall, side wall, back to the outside, but that came off at such an angle that Douglas got a good read and then kills it with the forehand over the top. Well done.
Backhand 2-all.
That's going to be
land out.
Wow.
Douglas wins the second set, 6-4. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our third and decisive set. So we have a comeback there for Douglas of the Warriors. Here in Battle Court, being played live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. Currently in our third of 6 scheduled matches. Here's some replays from that second set. Backhand 2-all. Another one,
that's
beautifully executed by Manu. Oh, sorry, that's the one that went out.
That was just the last throw of the set.
You see, he scored on 3 of them. Andrew, you could have you could have jumped in and told me that was the one that was going out. Wow. Okay. You broke the announcer's code. Here we are in the DraftKings players cage. See Douglas there. He came back there in that second set, getting some feedback from Manny.
This is the second match for Manu and just the first for Douglas. So Manu just have one more set to play and the day's done. And Douglas has got to conserve a little bit here for that final match. He'll be playing with Manny against Ferronda and Amigarena. Third set coming up here. Manu will have the serve. Third set to decide it.
We're ready to begin our third and final set. Manu has the serve for the Cyclones. Here's the serve. We begin. Douglas reaching into the corner, coming out on the backhand powerfully.
Oh, wow.
What a catch overhead by Manu. The backhand to the outside is just beautifully placed and scoring. Such control for Manu. He gets the first point, the decisive third set. Manu serves.
Yeah, if you're Douglas, you just got to shake it off. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody else on the roster that can hit you with this combination. And
backhand to the outside with that degree of, because remember, it's not going to hit the back wall.
But it's just one, playing to 6, so still a lot for Douglas to do here.
Big backhand by Douglas. Rebote coming out. Manu, forehand carom. Rebote is read by Douglas. Douglas makes the stop, throws the carom of his own. That is in and scoring. One. Douglas has the serve. Here's the backhand by Manu. Rebote. Forehand. Rebote left side to the inside. Douglas, great catch behind the 7 line. Keeps it inside. Rebote coming out low. Manu makes the save. Here's Douglas. Has it on the costado. Winds up. 2-all, 2 score. 2 points for Douglas and the serve for the Warriors. Manu made a fine rebote play. Douglas moved up on it quickly. Was able to kill it well. Rebote forehand by Douglas to pass. Cut off at the 10 line by Manu. Rebote forehand. Manu makes the catch. Philo scores. 2-2. Manu has the serve for the Cyclones. Well, they're keeping it close.
Yeah, I mean, and again, not a natural shot that you see from players in
Douglas is, he makes a save there. Here.
I mean, he goes with the costado to the outside from the middle of the court. Douglas is thinking, I mean, that's either going to be a 2-all or to the inside. And
I'm inside.
Yeah.
I got the inside
again,
covered.
I mean, both points that Manu scored, you can't really fault Douglas. He's just made a great play. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the opponent.
Rebote forehand, low and hard to the inside. Scoop attempt tipped back here at the 11 line. 3 points for Manu. He has the serve.
Well, he's been trying to pass consistently throughout this match. Finally put it at Douglas's feet, and just a little bit indecisive, forcing that tip ball.
Rebote to the inside. Here's a catch by Douglas. Rebote left side. It's a 2-all. Manu stops it. Powerfully thrown and scoring. 4 points for Manu. He serves.
Yeah, Manu not wasting any thought right there. I mean, Douglas standing on the inside, threw it as hard as he could right back at him. Not going for a 2-all, not keeping it outside, just power right back at him. Douglas couldn't make the play.
What kind of stupid shit is that? Well, here, you can use mine. Here's the backhand by Douglas. Backhand by Manu. Here's a catch by Manu. Backhand to the inside. Rebote, left side. 2-all scores for Manu. That is 5 points. Possible set, possible match point. See Manu finishing off there with a 2-all. Douglas still capable of coming back here. But Manu would most definitely like to finish it off. Here's Douglas on the backhand from the 12 line. Wall to wall from the left side. Manu's going to have the rebote on the side wall, but sends it to the overhead screen. 3 points for Douglas. Manu with 5 and possible match point. Douglas has the serve. Rebote forehand to the inside. Rebote left side. This one caught by Douglas. Douglas looking to pass. Manu reading it perfectly. Makes the save. Oh my goodness. A fall down 2-all rebote from the outside to finish things off. Phenomenal shot by Manu. Point set and a hard fought match for Manu, winning it in the third set, 6-3.
What a way to end it, Stu. Highlight reel 2-all coming from Manu, and he wins it in the third set. Yeah, we need another look at this one. Douglas on that right side. Manu reading it. Opens
Look at this
up.
shot. Look at this shot.
Yeah, and if you're Douglas, again, I mean, he hit him with 3 shots that nobody could have predicted that were coming back towards him.
Phenomenal.
Manu earns a point for the Cyclones. They retake the lead on the game day, 2.5 to 1.5. Coming up next, Ron Grock takes on Williams and Jewell in 5th division of doubles. There's that game day score. Cyclones leading so far, but still not going to be able to overtake first place. Great day yesterday for the Renegades. They took all 8 points over the Devils. Looking at the Cyclones there in second, 2 ahead of the Chargers, who will be playing on Friday night against the Fireballs. Got our players ready to go. Couldn't get it done in doubles, but here he is in singles. That's Manu for the Cyclones.
right, Manu, congratulations on winning that match. That last play was showstopper on the floor too. What were you thinking about in that moment?
I think that better that the ball bounce inside, because if I have to still fight, it will be hard. But no, I'm happy. I'm happy with the win, with the shot. You know that against Douglas you have to try to make some shot, because he's a very good player.
Well, Manu, congratulations again on winning that match. See what else happens on today's game day.
Thank you. Go Clones!